Franchise Sports TV back again on the video. Yesterday was a day full of sports, but first, a late Merry Christmas to you all. And yesterday was a Monday full of sports. 3 NFL football games and a couple of NFL NBA basketball games. But first, credits.
Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble.
First off, I want to start off the Los Angeles Lakers, particularly in one LeBron James. Now, I've seen lots of people yesterday complain about LeBron James's lack of effort. And I, for one, did watch that game. I think everybody who was interested in watching NBA basketball probably watched that game. I don't think not too many people watched the first game, especially on the West Coast. The Bucks and the Knicks, that game started at 9:30. But anyways, many people complain about LeBron's lack of effort. And I'm here to tell you there was a lack of effort. It seemed like he was just going through the motions. I was laughing when I think he ran into Jaylen Brown. He was on the ground overacting. Probably acted better than what he acted in Space Jam 2. But this man, I should say call him boy. This man don't care about winning. He really don't. It seemed like for the most part, when the Lakers are making their run, it was led by Anthony Davis, who did have 40 points last night. Anthony Davis had 40 and 13. Wasted effort right there. 15 for 26. Torian Prince was 17. LeBron only had 16. I want to say at the beginning of the third quarter, he only had 13. And he played 37 minutes too, so it wasn't act like he was hurt because he got up pretty fine. He wasn't hurt. He just doesn't care anymore. He just doesn't care about. He don't care about the Lakers. He don't care about winning. It's all about puffing up his brand and puffing up his all-time statistics. Vanderbilt only had 6 points. He's out there fouling. I think he had 4 fouls by the third quarter. Cam Reddish had 5. Hachimura had 12. Bench production was limited. D'Lo came off the bench again. Only scored 8. Austin Reeves only scored 11. So, but it looked like for the most part the Boston Celtics were just toying with their food. All starters scored in double figures. All above 15 points. Drew Holiday had 18. Derek White had 18. Jaylen Brown had 19. Porzingis had 28. Porzingis was actually balling yesterday. He was hooping on both sides of the court. He had 28 and 11 and 2 blocks. And Jason Tatum was using with 25. All right, now the Celtics look like they're the supreme team to beat in the East. But everybody wants to just pick them as the for sure winner of the East. We'll see when it comes to playoff time, because that's when things changes for a lot of teams, including my own team. The only thing I can say about my own team compared to the Celtics and 76ers, we were just in the finals 2 years. The Celtics had been in the finals 15 years. Sixers had been in the final in 23 years, 22 years. So there's that. But anyways. But yeah, it looked like LeBron just didn't care. He don't care about winning. He don't care about winning at all. It was like he was just going through that game, just going through the motions. That was all. There was no effort there. I watched the whole entirety of the game. I think I turned up the last 2 minutes. I pretty much knew the Celtics was going to win that game anyway, no matter how close it was. But But speaking of efforts, I want to get on two stars particularly. It was the game after this. It was in the game after this. I want to call out Joel Embiid and to a lesser degree, Jimmy Butler, because why didn't they play again on Christmas Day? I don't get it. But let me see why they didn't play. I heard Joel Embiid didn't play because he had a ankle injury of sorts. But that's always excuses for him. But they want us to just put this guy out there. But anyways, like I said, Jimmy Butler didn't play, nor did Joel Embiid. Ducking the fade as usual. I like ducking the fade when Jimmy Butler wasn't playing anyway. But anyways, who led the way for the Philadelphia 76ers is Tobias Harris with 27. And then Kelly Oubre had a solid game with 25 and 7 rebounds and got something in my eye in 40 minutes. Tyrese Maxey, I only watched this game probably for like 5 minutes, and when Tyrese Maxey was in there, he was terrible. He went 4 for 20 last night. 12 points. Yeah, he was terrible. But lucky, he got teammates that can pick up the slack. Because all of a sudden, Mo Bamba made an appearance. In 27 minutes, he scored 18 points. He was 3 from 3 from the three-point line. 7 for 8. Patrick Beverley added 9. Kenyon Martin Jr. added in with 2. DeAndre Melton. Is it DeAndre or DeAnthony Melton? I always forget. DeAnthony Melton had 15. Paul Reed had 4. And 2 rebounds. I can't say Philadelphia got out rebounded because Miami is not that really good of a rebounding team themselves. Yeah, they are. I'm lying. They got Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo. But yeah, that right there is probably what killed the 76ers for the most part. They did come back. They did down by like 15 at one point in time. Maybe I could be wrong. They was down by a lot. I barely watched this game. For Miami, Bam Adebayo had 26. Kyle Lowry had 12. Tyler Hero with 22. I can never pronounce his name. Jaime Jaquez Juarez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sorry if I mispronounce his name. Is he a rookie? Jaime? The rookie led the way in all points with 31 points. Where did he play at? UCLA. So some of these people, I don't know where they come from. They just pop up in the NBA out of nowhere. But yeah, played for UCLA. Picked 18th Miami. From here, out here in California. But he balled last night. He had 31 points. For this season alone, he's 13th. Not 13th. Averaging 13.7 points a game. Shooting 29%. I mean, shooting 51%. Top 30 in field goal percentage, I guess. But he led the way with, like I said, with 31 points. Not so much like I can get on Jimmy Butler, but Joel Embiid. They want us to praise this guy, and then he sits out because his ankle injury. Which I think, was it a couple of days ago he sprained that ankle? He seemed fine to me. See, the dudes don't know how to tough it out. But anyways, it's only a Christmas Day game. I guess. I cut Embiid some slack. For now. But Miami gets to win 119 to 113. Sixers going 20-9 for the season. Miami improves their record to 18 to 12. These two teams play each other in 2 months, or less than a month and a half now. On the 14th, on Valentine's Day, they got the next 2 games on ESPN and TNT in March and April. But I guess I'll cut Embiid some slack. Whatever. The Suns. there ain't really too much I want to say about the Suns. I do say this, when I turned on the game, probably around right before halftime, the Mavericks was giving the Suns work. And then I want to say late in the third quarter, probably with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, the Suns came got climbing back. I think they even got a lead, held the lead for the most part in the third quarter, led by Grayson Allen and old people. I think he had 31 points last night, 32 points last night. I don't know if anybody heard this. I think it was somebody trying to pass the ball to Devin Booker. Luka steals it, and Luka ends up scoring a layup. And Devin Booker's like looking down at the rest of the court, asking if anybody gonna come back on defense. I think he asked it like twice. It was so loud that you can hear it over the TV. And on the replay of the steal, you can glance back, everybody's just standing down there, showing no effort at all for the Suns. That's the definition of the season right there. And KD can't blame nobody but himself, because you the one who wanted this team. You the one who wanted to come to the Suns. But Luka smoked them as usual. I think it's qualified by now that Devin Booker and KD are Luka's sons now. And Luka shares custody with Giannis and the Joker. Mainly because these are the last 3 times that the Suns been to the playoffs and got knocked out by 3 foreign players. Amazing, isn't it? Funny, isn't it? But Luka had himself a game. I don't know if that's his career high of 50 points. Is it? Let's see here right quick. Hold up right quick. I know he just he scored 50 points to almost eclipse 10,000 points for his career. I think that's one of the fastest to do it. That's pretty quick. As it says here, Luka Doncic, it's a career high, 50 points. Luka Doncic's career high, 50 points in the NBA game occurred last night, of course. Scored an impressive 50 points to lead the Dallas Mavericks to a 128-114 victory over the Phoenix Suns. A remarkable achievement is also marked his surpassing of the 10,000 point milestone in his NBA career, marking the fastest player to reach this significant scoring mark. So yeah, he's the fastest to do it, and last night was his career high in points. Everybody was in double figures with the exception of, as starters wise, Dante Exum, which only scored 7. Tim Hardaway had 18. Derrick Jones 23. He came out of nowhere and has been mighty productive for the Dallas Mavericks as was late. Sorry, I had pressing stuff on my computer. What's his name? Derek Lively II scored 20 points. And as you said before, Luka scored 50 points. He's 15 from 25, 8 for 16 from 3, and a perfect 12 for 12 at the free throw line. And also, not only did he score 50 points, he also racked up 15 assists in 44 minutes as well. Nobody out there that can stop Luka on that team, on the Suns. As we do know, Suns are not a terrible defensive team. They're top 20 in defensive rating, but yeah, they weren't going to stop him. As far as the bench for Dallas, Grant Williams only had 3, and tussle with Devin Booker. Dwight Powell with 4, and Jaden Hardy with 3 points. Yeah, so they didn't get really too much out of the bench production, but there's no point in getting that much out of a bench production when Luka's up there scoring 50, and you got 2 other people scoring 20 points apiece. As for the Suns, the stars were abysmal. Kevin Durant was 4 for 11. 16 points. Eric Gordon, the one that actually called out the superstars, he only had 14 points. He was 6 for 12. Made more shots than KD did. Grayson Allen led the way for the Suns with 32 points. And Devin Booker had 20. Metu had 23 off the bench. And that was pretty much it because Kogi had 1. Asabuki 4 points and Goodwin with 2. The Suns are terrible. And damn it, I just read this. That's my only time to get to see Luka, and I wasn't even in town for it. Because the next time the Suns play the Mavericks, the next 2 games will be in Dallas. Damn it. I've been trying to get to a game, at least do 1 game a year. But sometimes ticket prices ain't worth it. But yeah, the Suns are absolutely terrible. I don't think there's anything that can help other than somebody has to go. As for Kyrie Irving, because he did not play in this game, I think he's supposed to be back soon for the Dallas Mavericks. But yeah, Luka also is the 4th person to score 50 points on a Christmas Day game. I think the other one, I wish I knew this at the top of my head. Right quick. But as I search for this right quick, the Ravens switched to a different league. The Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, at least for their defense, looks good. Their defense looks absolutely amazing against the San Francisco 49ers last night. I thought the game was going to be a little bit closer. Everybody's talking about the 49ers going to the Super Bowl and everything. Lock in with the Super Bowl, which they probably still might, or even win it. But we can't forget about the Ravens. This is my first time actually watching the Ravens this year. And for the most part, they look decent. They actually put some wide receivers around Lamar Jackson. But yeah, they absolutely looked decent last night. But that might be a preview of the Super Bowl right there. But as far as the Eagles, yeah, I don't think the Eagles are going to get far this year. Sorry, same thing with the Dallas Cowboys, as they got humiliated by the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. But let's see here. I'm trying to look here to see. I can't believe I don't know this stat. I can't believe I don't know this stat. Hold up right quick. So, Luka Doncic, like I said before, became the only 4th NBA player in league history to score 50 points on Christmas Day. Jordan Bernard King, 60 points versus the, New Jersey Nets at the time in 84. Wilt Chamberlain had 59 at New York in 1961. And Rick Barry had 50 points at the Cincinnati Royals in 1966. So that hasn't been done since almost 40 years. Crazy. All the players that played since then, like a Kobe and Jordan, haven't done it. But I don't think they had many Christmas Day games back when Jordan was in his prime. But yeah, Luka did have a game shooting. Dang, he shot 60% from the field, 50% beyond the arc. And I didn't even realize I'm sitting here watching this game. I think you just get some. I think I watched. I'm trying to think. Get so used to watching people like Luka, you never really realized that. But yeah, the 6th youngest player to eclipse 10,000 points behind LeBron, KD, Kobe, Carmelo, and Tracy McGrady. So, it's got to 10,000. Fewest games to reach 10,000 according to StatMuse. Wilt Chamberlain did it with 236. Michael Jordan, 303. Elgin Baylor, 315. Kareem, 319. Oscar Robertson, 334. George Gervin, 355. Luka Doncic with 358 games. They say he's the quickest player to reach 10,000 points. It's the quickest. But I don't think there'll be few amount of games. One thing all those players, well, at least all those players got in common, they're Hall of Famers, but outside George Gervin, all of them got one thing in common. And Dallas Mavericks fans probably pray that he's in the same list with Michael Jordan, Oscar Robertson, Kareem, Elgin. Maybe not Elgin. I don't think Elgin won. I keep thinking Elgin won. I think he left before he won. So people just better hope Luka joins that list of Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Kareem, and Oscar. That's the only ones on that list to win championships. But that's pretty much it on the Suns. Suns suck. They ain't going nowhere. There's not too much I can say about them anymore. As I already said before, I already knew this was gonna happen with them. So it is what it is. Bucks. You know what? The only thing I want to say about the Bucks in their game against the Knicks, before yesterday's game, the Bucks were 9-0 against the Knicks. But at the same time, I wish the Bucks really would impose their will on teams. Like, just show no mercy to them. But as the saying goes, anyone can beat anyone on any night. So it is what it is. I just sometimes wish they would be a little bit more imposing on certain teams. Because during their championship run, I wish they was a little bit more imposing. Stop letting teams come back or letting these teams just get wins. So I was wrong about that. So I was right originally about that, about Elgin Baylor getting that championship in 1972. Because I think that was the year when he retired early, wasn't it? And he beat the Knicks? I thought so. They still gave him that ring. Because they only played in 9 games, they still gave him that ring. So that's why I was confused at first. But I was right the first time. They didn't give him that ring. I mean, they gave him the ring anyway. But anyways, just here reading articles. But yeah, it is what it is. The Bucks play the Nets on I think Wednesday. So speaking of the Nets play the Detroit Pistons tonight. Will the Pistons snap that losing streak, or will they create history? Having the longest losing streak in NBA history, which I think they are in right now. Deep down, I only can speak for me. Deep down, you kind of want to see it happen, but deep down, you don't want to see it happen. Especially to Monty Williams, but it is what it is, I guess. 27 straight losses. I just don't understand how you lose 27 straight losses. Ouch. But anyways, let's see if the Detroit Pistons try to avoid history. We'll see. Speaking of the Nets, I always feel like that the Phoenix Suns always made a mistake getting rid of Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. I never get that one. For KD, man, I understand get rid of Chris Paul. You may think he's getting old. But KD, you trade all your young core for KD and get nothing out of it so far? Anyway, as far as the Warriors and Nuggets, I heard Steve Kerr was complaining about the foul calls. You know what? We fans been complaining about the foul calls for the longest time. I want to see what he actually said about this before I log off on here. Let's see what he said. Because Steve Kerr actually did say something last year during the Warriors-Lakers semi-conference matchup last year, which we were right, and he was right too. But he's complaining that Jokic, well, it starts off with saying Jokic only averages 6.3 free throws a game. He's 10th in the league in free throws taken this season. Christmas Day, Jokic took 18 against the Warriors, and Steve Kerr was pissed. He's not mad at the refs, so this is different, but he's mad at how the palindrome has swung in favor of offensive players in today's NBA, which I do agree with. They just got rid of the defense. Defense doesn't matter in this NBA. Somewhat like the NFL, defense doesn't matter. I don't know how many times I've seen roughing the passer and stupid pass interference calls this past weekend watching football because they all favor the offense. Same thing with the NBA. All these players get all these fouls, and you can barely play defense on them. But in Jokic's defense, there was a couple times, 2 times this year that he was ejected because he wasn't getting foul calls. But yeah, Steve Kerr said, if I was a fan, I wouldn't have wanted to watch the second half of that game. It was disgusting. Steve Kerr believes the NBA has let straight defense out the game. Like I said, I couldn't agree more because they don't play defense. He also says, I have no problem with the officials themselves all across the league. We have really good officials. He's probably trying to avoid that fine. But Kerr told reporters in Denver, I have a problem with the way we are legislating defense out the game. That's what we're doing in the NBA. The way we're teaching officials is just enabling players to BS their way to the foul line, which, like I said, I can agree because we've seen too much of that. If I was a fan, I wouldn't have to watch the second half of that game. It was disgusting. It was just baiting refs into calls, but the refs have made those calls because that's how they were taught. The players are really smart in this league. For over the last decade or so, they've gotten smarter and smarter, and we have enabled the players, and they are taking full advantage. It's a parade to the free throw line. It's disgusting to watch. And it goes on to say Kerr, who played in the 90s, was where more physicality was allowed, as far for first person to make this complaint, even if it's a little subservient in this case. His team just lost after not being able to stop Jokic, which they weren't able to stop them either way at all. But the Nuggets didn't win the free throw battle for the game, taking 32 to the Warriors 22. But to say the Warriors are the top 10 in the league free throw attempts per game, 23.8, and the Nuggets are 25th. So I can see why he's complaining, but also he should complain that much because you guys are, like you said, you guys are 10th in the league at free throw attempts per game. So, but yeah, I had to agree with him. They're out in the defense in favor with this convoluted, blowing up offensive game on here now. But I think it's weakened in the game. It's watered down in the game. They need more defense in the game. Because I don't want to see a bunch of freaking offense all the time. I need some pushback. I need some defense played in the game. That's boring. That's not fun to watch. Come on now. But anyways, it is what it is. Offense is going to sell the money. It's going to get the people watching. But we'll see for how long. Other than that, what was the other game last night? I think I covered all the games from yesterday. I think I did. One way or the other. I don't think I left anybody out. I think I mentioned all the games. Yeah, I mentioned all the games. Tonight's games, not really anything interesting other than see if the Nets are going to create history tonight against the Brooklyn. No, not the Nets. The Pistons are going to create history tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. Other than that, there is not that many games on tonight. a bunch of, well, maybe this one right here. What's today? Tuesday. Ain't gonna be no TNT game on tonight. Yeah, NBA TV games on. The game to watch actually tonight will be the Timberwolves versus the Thunder. Timberwolves are going to OKC to play the Thunder. That will probably be the most interesting game of the night. They do got two NBA TV games on. Pacers and the Rockets, which probably could be interesting. I don't know what happened to the Pacers, as much as I don't know what happened to the Lakers, but I know what happened to the Lakers. They was never that good in the first place. Same thing with the Pacers. Those two teams are just propped up for that in-season tournament. That was all. The other NBA TV game on is the Clippers and Hornets. Ugh. Clippers better win that game. Snap that 2-game losing streak they've been on. And then hopefully Kawhi Leonard comes back as well. Fool got, when was the last time he played? Wednesday? And Fool had a whole weekend off. But anyways, Merry Christmas to you all and Happy New Year. Well, I'll probably be on here before New Year's comes around. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. But anyways, tell me what you guys think. I'm out of here. But I ain't done for today. I got more.